guys.
We're live at 5.
Hey.
Here's Andy Lefkowitz.
Hey, Paul Wantore.
We're here. We're talking about Broadway.
Yes.
You're here with us. Thank you for joining us. I've been up early 2 days in a row now. I'm over it. I'm over it. I had to get up at 6:30 today.
Oh my gosh.
Because we had this big Tony nominee event where they invite all the Tony nominees. And they get there, it's a crazy day because it's on matinee day, so actors have to go and do all these interviews before doing the matinee and the evening show. But everybody got their little Tony
medallions,
the little pins, and it was fun. And you'll see all the footage coming up on the site, and you were here working.
Nice,
well, I was working too, but what did I miss? What happened?
Well, okay, first of all, by the way, we have Mike Wartella here today.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Mike
from
Wartella, Charlie Chocolate Factory, Mike TV. Hilarious.
Yes.
Hilarious. Yeah, one of the highlights. So I'm excited to talk to him.
Awesome.
And I loved him in Tuck Everlasting last year.
Yes, oh my gosh, totally.
Yeah, we love Tuck Everlasting.
Yeah, so in addition to all the Tony news that's been going on, the Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards are kicking off. Yeah, so now is the chance, starting today, for people who come to our site to decide who they want nominated. So you can go to our site and choose who you want.
You're in control.
Yeah, it's
your
up to
turn.
You guys.
It's your turn.
Make
Tony Schmoney.
Yeah.
Hashtag Tony Schmoney.
And I like that. Can we make that happen, please?
So yeah, you get to basically choose the nominees in every category through Sunday night, and then
21 categories.
Yes, and next Monday, and fun categories, not all the typical ones. Yes. And next Monday we will announce the nominees, and then you get to vote for the winners. And then they get trophies and stuff. It's like a real thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Also, we got news today that we'll have a new Dewey Finn in the London production of School of Rock. Gary Trainor, who has been the alternate Dewey since the start of the show's run, is going to take over as the regular Dewey.
Cool.
Yeah, most of the week. Also, we got news today that A Bronx Tale, the new musical, is going to be doing a cast album signing and performance at Barnes & Noble on New York City's Upper East Side. That'll be on May 12th at 4 p.m.
Okay.
So, cool. Nick Cordero, Bobby Conti Thornton, Ariana DeBose, and all the stars will be there.
Awesome.
So that's worth checking out. Suzanne Laurie Parks, Pulitzer-winning playwright, is going to be honored by Signature Theater at their annual gala. So, she currently has a play called Venus at Signature.
Yeah, aren't they doing a whole season, or are they just...
Yeah, totally. So she, one of her plays was there in the fall, The Last Black Man in America, I believe is what it was called, a revival. And yes, she's a residency playwright there. So, they're honoring her.
Ori wanted to know, do they get to vote for the winner? You do. I just said that. So if you go back to the site on Monday, you can vote for the actual winners for the Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards.
Totally. Good question.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for clarifying that.
Yes.
As always.
Indeed. So Danny DeVito, who just landed a Tony nomination yesterday, it was announced today that he's going to be in a new TV series. So
cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. He and Jeff Goldblum
He's always in a TV show.
I know, right? They're going to be in a new TV series that's untitled about a famed
You say it's called Untitled?
It's not called Untitled, but that would be a cool title. Okay. It's about a pair of famed music stars who are forced to reunite, and it's tough because they dislike each other.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into that.
Yeah. Also, Hello Dolly Tony nominee David Hyde Pierce is going to team up with Tova Feldshuh for a special gala honoring Mother's Day as part of the National Yiddish Theater. That's going to take place on May 14th at 6:30 at NYU Skirball Center.
They're honoring Mother's Day?
Well, they're not honoring Mother's Day, but they're honoring women on Mother's Day. Okay. Prominent women.
Prominent women.
And David Hyde Pierce is going to reunite with the creators of the Broadway musical It Should Have Been You, one of whom is his husband.
Right.
So as they're going to be doing a special performance there.
Cool. Fun.
Yeah. And Billy Porter, who just came out with a new album, a Richard Rodgers album, he was here a few weeks ago, he is going to be singing at the Grammys Museum in L.A. on May 15th at 8 p.m., and talking about his career.
Billy's busy because he's getting the Vito Russo Award, right?
Yes.
At the GLAAD Awards too. So Billy's busy.
Totally.
Yes. And maybe he'll be back on Broadway soon. Maybe.
Well, I certainly hope so.
I don't know.
Who knows? Not that we know anything.
I'm just making sure. Sheridan. Well, let's give a little inside information. This is super random. Sheridan said it's not super. Nothing super random. Was there a red carpet challenge video for Hello Dolly?
Good question.
Good question. There was not.
There was not.
Because Hello Dolly was a private, closed press. It wasn't a press event.
Right.
So there was no access to do a red carpet challenge. But we would we have cameras, and if Bette and David and Kate and Gavin want to stop by, Matt Roden will do a red carpet challenge. We'll just we'll roll out a red carpet anytime you want, Bette. Anytime. We're here.
You bet.
Emma just said Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was amazing. All caps. I agree. We'll get to Mike Wartella very soon.
I love it. We have one last piece of news.
Okay.
Tony nominee Will Chase is joining season 2 of Stranger Things.
This is cool.
Yeah, so he's going to be playing the dad of a new family in town.
Oh. I wonder if his kids are going to be messed up.
I wonder.
When is that coming back? Do we know?
That is a really good question. I'm not sure.
Summary?
October, we're hearing.
October. The room is saying October.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And that's it for the news.
That's it?
We have Mike Wartella here from Charlie and the Chocolate
All right, let's get him in
Factory.
here. Come on in, Mike Wartella.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
I'm just excited to see your hair up close.
Oh, I know. You and I. We're battling it out.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How is the Chocolate Factory?
We're having so much fun.
It is so much fun. I mean, it's crazy fun. I saw it early in previews, and I can't wait to come back and see it again.
Yeah.
You play quite a. I don't want to like swear, but you're kind of like a little sh. I mean, like you. Let's talk about this kid.
Yeah, he's not a great human. That's for sure. He's on his way to becoming something. Yeah, the story. They're a bunch of little brats, basically.
Bunch of brats.
Want all their stuff, and yeah. So he's. In this version that we're doing, sort of the modern take on it, he's addicted to technology, and he's a total terror, ADD, kind of manic, over everything, bored all the time.
Right.
Has a mother who's basically not parenting him at all.
So this mother, let's talk about this mother. Who plays your mother?
I don't know if you've ever heard of a little lady called Jackie Hoffman.
Jackie Hoffman. You are doing a pas de deux every night with Jackie Hoffman. Yeah. How is that? First of all, is she making up stuff at this point in the run?
Occasionally.
There are occasional moments where
she's actually pretty caged in at the moment.
Right.
They've got her on a short leash.
Yeah.
But no, she every now and then she'll give us a zinger, and we'll be like, "Oh, there it is."
There it was.
One of my favorites yesterday, I have to out it, was she said, the Oompa Loompas help her at one point. She goes, "Thank you, Oompas and Loompas." I was like, that sounds good, Jackie. That was good.
So did you immediately click with this kid? Did you figure him out quickly? Like in your audition, did you have to sort of be ridiculous and over the top? And
absolutely. I think like a lot of things that we end up booking in this business, you kind of get it right away or you don't. And there's a lot of things I feel like I felt where I'm like, oh, I'm never going to get this job because it's just not right.
Right.
But this one, I just felt like this is my take on it. This is what I want to present to you. If you dig it, great. If not, and of course they were right on board, thank God. It helps that I have a kid of my own, I'm sure.
Yeah, so tell us about your son.
So I have an 8-year-old son named Hunter, who's amazing.
Yeah.
He's a spitfire. He's crazy. He's like 8 going on 15. Like that's where the character kind of came from,
right?
And was based on. And
so Mike TV is based on your son.
Very much so.
Okay.
He's sort of a cross between my son, a little political person that we won't name in this room, and a little bit of Ty Pennington as a child.
Okay. Oh.
Because if Ty Pennington's always like, "Hey guys, let's meet the Taylor family. Move that bus." And he's got that little, And so I was like, "Oh, that seems like the right energy." Just angry. I'm like, "Oh God."
That is so funny. Yeah. And has your son seen the show yet?
Not yet. He's me and his mom split a couple years ago, and he lives in Austin, Texas, with her year round. We're best friends now. It's great. Everything's good. But so he comes every summer for like 3 months at a time. So he'll be here in 2 weeks.
Are you excited for him to see this show?
Yeah, he goes. The other day he goes, I said, "So you're going to see the show a bunch of times, for free. You can hang out." And he goes, "Wait a minute, for free?" And I said, "Yeah, why does that concern you?" He goes, "Well, no, it's just good for you, so it's good for me too, Like he's like a little, like, I don't know what he is.
I love it.
Yeah, he's great.
Wow, for free.
Yeah.
So wow, that and has he seen like the movie and the kid? You know the character? Has he done
the old movie with Gene Wilder?
Does he know? Has he had any taste of what you're doing? Has he seen like video and?
Yeah, he's coached me every step of the way. He approved my audition material, my audition song.
Oh my God! Like FaceTime.
Like FaceTime, we FaceTime every day.
FaceTime counseling, coaching. A lot of people do FaceTime acting coaching. I didn't know your son did.
Absolutely, he does. He's got lines in the show. Like I would come home in rehearsal. And I'd be like, oh, there's this line that reminds me of you. I say it, and he goes, well, you should actually say it more like this. You should say this instead. And I was like, okay, great. So I'd come in the next day and do it, and now it's all on the show.
Wow. Yeah. I'm kind of obsessed with him. I love when you do his voice.
Yeah.
So now that's going to be great. I want to hear his review.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a lot like Ian, like the little, Ian who does the reviews.
Yeah, Ian.
But like,
Ian loves theater.
Yeah, but like maybe
HBO
he doesn't
star
love it as
Ian.
much. Like he would be like the crappy reviewer. He'd be like, it's a little bland for my taste, Like,
That might be fun. I might be in
I think it'd be fun.
Now, kids are loving Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Is it fun to do something that's so like great for families and for kids? And
yeah, I mean, I've actually been lucky enough to do that a few times in my career. I've done Seussical and Tuck Everlasting. I've done a couple things where you look out and you see all these faces of little 5-year-olds, and there's nothing better than that because it's just really. They're so honest and they're so invested in the story, and especially once I had a kid, it was just like unbelievable to watch it every day. And yeah, it's great. You really feel like you're affecting them in some way.
And has your son seen you do other shows?
He has. He's seen at this point. Actually, he's only seen Wicked because he wasn't in town for the brief time. He saw it twice, and then I said, "Do you want to see it again?" He goes, "Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good with the Wicked. I'm good with that. I saw that, Dad.
Great. Yep.
Sierra wants to know, what's your favorite song in the musical? Let's talk about new songs. Let's talk about the new, because Mark Shaman and Scott Wittman wrote some great new songs.
I know.
What's your favorite?
There are good ones. New songs, I would say The View from Here at the end when they're in the elevator.
The elevator song.
Just gorgeous. I mean, I feel like they actually captured the same kind of feeling of pure imagination.
Yep.
And did it again, and that's just amazing.
That's why I like it. It's like a fresh version of the same moment. I love that.
More theatrical. It's great.
Okay, how do you keep from, Steve wants to know, how do you keep from getting injured with all the prep balls?
Yeah, it's fun.
There's a lot, it's a very physical thing.
So far, so good.
Okay.
But no, I'm actually basically wearing like a bear suit underneath my costume for Act 2. So I'm in like motocross padding all the way down my arms, legs, hips, butt, like everything is like completely padded.
Okay.
And so I could fall down a set of stairs and be totally fine.
Right.
So it's great. In the rehearsal room, I didn't have any of that. And after a few times we would do it, I'd be like, can I get some knee pads or something? Yeah, but it's fine. Totally
so
fine.
why didn't I see your tattoos on stage? Because of your costume? Or you putting makeup on them? Or
Not in this, thank God. I get to wear the...
Show your tattoos. They're really cool.
I got a bunch of
Good job. What does that say on your arm?
Here, everything.
Are they everywhere? They just
They're
keep
everywhere.
going?
There's all sorts of stuff. I get my kid's initials and his birthday and all sorts of stuff.
What's that quote, though?
This one is a nice little prayer. It says, serenity, acceptance, courage, and wisdom, which is lovely.
I like the font.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's cool, yeah.
I didn't have tattoos until maybe 2-3 years ago, really. Because, of course, my agents were, horrified.
Right, they were like, wait, you're starting to get work.
But I wanted tattoos ever since I was a teenager.
Really?
I always felt like I was covered in tattoos. I should be. And so finally, after getting one or two, I was like, you know what, we got makeup now. It'll be fine. I'm getting older. I'm like, I can play edgier roles. It's fine.
You grew up in Massachusetts, right?
I did.
Yeah, and you went to Shakespeare and Company, right?
I did, yeah.
I just interviewed Finn Whitrock.
Oh my God, yeah.
Who was like a kid performer there.
I just saw him in Glass Menagerie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Sally Field, phenomenal.
Yeah.
One of my favorites so far.
You don't look like you have kind of like you don't necessarily have a Massachusetts look.
Yeah, someone just asked me recently. They're like, "Do you like the country? Do you like?"
They're from Georgia?
God,
or
no, I hate it. Like I'm a city boy all the way. I always felt a little silly there, but also that part of Massachusetts is culturally, full. So.
Yeah, you were exposed to a lot of great culture, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of questions. What day in rehearsal, Josh wants to know, what day in rehearsal did Jackie Hoffman crack you up the most? What did she do?
That's a good question, Josh. Let's see, I'm trying to think. There was definitely a day she would play a lot in the run-throughs with the end of her exit with the little puppet when she would leave. And she definitely did a day where she went on a whole like Mama Rose tirade. She was like, "Mama's doing fine, Mama's doing," and we were just done, like out. Yeah.
Did you see her on Feud?
I still haven't seen it
You
yet.
have to watch Feud.
I know.
So does she know you haven't seen it?
Yeah, she's furious with me.
Okay, I was just going to say. I mean, it's a big moment.
Yeah, I know. She's so mad.
Okay, the people want to know a lot about Jackie Hoffman. What's your dream role? Billy wants to know. I want to know this too.
It's interesting. I definitely love doing new stuff, so I want to do some new stuff.
Do you have any favorite songwriters, maybe, or musical theater, like new people?
I do love the new people. I love the Dear Evan Hansen boys. I love Miller and Tyson. I love those guys. They're great. In terms of old stuff, I have that itch to do. I really want to be in Rocky Horror. I want to do Frankenfurter, and I want to do Hedwig, really bad. Those are the two weird, edgy.
Yeah, I love that.
Drag.
Wait, who Couture?
Oh yeah, that's right, my guy, Freddie Couture.
Freddie Couture. Is Freddie Couture still around?
Freddie Couture exists occasionally. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of just showed up as my drag character.
I know. Did you just do it at home, or
no,
does Freddie Couture go out?
I definitely when I was covering Angel off Broadway and Rent. I got that's when I learned how to do it all. I was new to all of it, so I learned the heels and the makeup and everything. And then I would just goof around at the theater at Wicked all the time, with the outfits and make people laugh. And finally, the company manager there said, there's a new competition called Broadway's Best in Drag, and we think you should do it because they're we just think it's so cool that you're a straight guy who does drag and whatever. And I said, sure. So I did it, created the character for the competition, came in second place.
Okay.
So sorry about it, seasoned queens, but
I would love to see you on Drag Race because all the gay drag queens would they'd do cat fights and make a whole
thing. They were so mad. They were oh, you're cute until I came in second. And they're okay. That was it. That was the end of it. That was the end of it.
How's it working with all three Charlies? Alec wants to know. This is interesting. All three kids are amazing, right?
They're great.
Yeah.
They're so great. Each one of them is different. They're really wildly different. So you get a different show every time they come out. And they're all adorable and incredible in their own little way.
Yep.
There's one we call Meryl Streep because he's just...
Let me guess. Is his name Ryan in some way?
Yeah, right.
Because they all have the name Ryan in there.
Oh, yeah, right. It's Ryan.
I guessed
it. Got it.
Meryl Streep.
They're great. I mean, and I've now gotten used to the habit of putting in places throughout the show where I can push them out of the way for no reason without telling them. Because I think Mike would do that.
Yeah,
so I just
Mike would do anything.
Shove them without looking.
Is there a lot of freedom in playing such a over-the-top character that you can just kind of a lot of bad behavior options? You can mean to your co-stars and
absolutely
get out aggression on stage and keep it within the role.
Yeah.
A little my cousin Vinny, ha ha ha. Do you know what that means?
A little my
maybe
cousin.
You?
My character, maybe. I'm a little Jersey.
I don't know, maybe.
My sort of nickname.
I love your hair. What do you put in your hair?
It's crew fiber. I just put in some today.
Does it involve a blow dryer?
Definitely involves a blow dryer. Sorry,
I know that. I know all about that. And actually, Jacob said I need hair advice from Mike Wartella. So I asked for it for myself.
It's really easy. Just go to a good barber, get the right cut, have them train you how to do the thing.
Your song / special effects were my 7-year-old's favorite when they came to see the show. Jamie said that. What's Christian Borle like? Brooke wants to know. Besides bald.
He's bald.
And Tony nominated.
And I'm in love with him.
And Tony winning.
Great. He's an amazing human, amazing artist. Unbelievable. I mean, I literally learned so much in this thing. And I hate to say it, but I had sort of gotten to that point where I was like, of course I have more to learn, but, I kind of get it. I get it. And all of a sudden he was doing stuff that I was like, nope, I need to take that in. And, he's created so much of the show himself.
Yeah.
He's got such a sense of dramaturgy and audience participation and how that all works, and so much fun to work with.
Awesome.
So much fun.
Were you concerned about playing a kid? Barry wants to know.
I've been playing a kid my whole darn career, so no, basically.
Are you concerned about playing an adult?
Maybe I'll get to play an adult one day. I don't know. I'm a 30-year-old man. I'm like, let's do this. No. Yeah, and something like this, it's perfect because it's very sort of spelling bee in terms of its, design. And so we get to just be these over-the-top caricatures of kids, and it's perfect.
Sierra wants to see your Frankenfurter, as do I.
Sure.
What's your favorite memory of Tuck Everlasting? What a sweet show. I love that show. I cried.
Yeah.
I cried hard at that show.
I did too. Oh, God. I used to, in the rehearsals, the number that was right before mine in Act 2 was the one where Bob Lindsay would sing about losing his kid and his wife and everything, and I couldn't watch it in the room. It would be too much for me. I'd have to leave. But yeah, it was a beautiful show, beautiful people all around. Casey Niggler was incredible. Loved him. Sarah Charles Lewis was just the sweetest.
I follow her on Instagram.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah,
Sarah.
you should. Super cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Sarah?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, the best. And that one, again, for me was like, that was one of the only things I've ever done that lasted 6 years in the making. Like, I was with it from the first reading through. So, grew up through it, learned stuff all the time from Terry Mann and Fred Applegate, and like, kind of learned how to create and originate roles and not just say, whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it.
So since it didn't have a long run on Broadway, which it deserved but didn't get, does that mean that in your head, though, you actually had a very full journey? You know what I mean? So it probably feels... Sometimes I think about that, like when people do shows and they end so quickly and it's just like a blip. You know, think about like a blip in your life, but this was actually sort of a big...
You're totally right. It's like a weird dual-edged thing. I mean, it's... For me, like, we weren't ever really sure in the beginning if it would ever get to Broadway, just based on what happened with it. So I thought it was like a huge victory that we showed up at all. And so I had to sort of take that when we found out we were closing. I was like, well, all right, at least we did it. And we worked on it for a long time.
It was great. And everyone, your imitation of your son sounded like my cousin Vinny. That's what Corey meant.
That's what
which is very funny. Thank you for clarifying that, Corey.
Talks like that.
Hashtag Team Hugo.
Team Hugo.
It's trending. It's trending right now.
That funny thing.
And then Jordan said, his final comment, I love you so much, Mike. You're great too, Paul. Thank you, Jordan. Mike, thank you so much for coming by. I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Everybody, go see it. The Lunfontaine Theater. You're going to have a blast, honestly. And Mike TV right here. Mike Wartella, Mike TV.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see you play an adult.
I know, me too.
It's going to be fun. Like 20 years and I hope your son likes it.
We'll see.
I'll
let you know. We'll give reviews.
Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow with another awesome guest at 5. Bye.